Inquisitor Foltest does not have time to waste, and the Fabricator General of Ryza unfortunately does not seem to appreciate this concept. Only after several hours of waiting is Foltest finally permitted an audience. The hulking mass of machine parts and sallow flesh peeking out from under a great hood greets him and bids he take a seat. Foltest elects to remain standing.
Fabricator General, I have waited far too long, so I will be extremely brief and to the point.
He produces a small metal cylinder from the breast pocket of his leather coat. It is small, brassy-coloured, and stamped with the cog symbol of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
This memory core was recovered from the world of 6443. It belonged to one of Forge World Ryza's Skitarii Vanguard. I went through some trouble to obtain it from the remains of a battlefield there.
It is a small thing to bother the Fabricator General with, Inquisitor.
Foltest holds up a hand. He's not finished.
My most talented servants have proven entirely unable to break the encryption on this memory core. A memory core that belonged to a lowly Skitarii Alpha that for some reason unknown to me has an Omega level encryption.
The Fabricator General says nothing for a moment. One of his bionic eyepieces whirs as it adjusts.
I want to know what is on this memory core, why it was found next to a battlefield that not only showed signs of the taint of chaos, but was also home to an alien construct. What were your people doing there, Fabricator General, and what happened to them?
The Fabricator General continues to say nothing for a moment, considering his options.
Knowledge.
Knowledge?
It is the pursuit of all those who belong to the Martian Mechanicum. Knowledge, Inquisitor. We collect it, we compile it, we seek it. We trade in it.
Now Foltest understands.
You ask much from a member of the Emperor's Holy Inquisition, Fabricator General.
But not too much, I hope.
Foltest nods slowly.
What was your interest? The Eldari portal?
The machine man bows in assent, if only because he can no longer nod.
If I were to illuminate you somewhat on this subject, would you unlock this memory core?
Yes.
Foltest thinks for a moment. He usually prefers the path of persuasion over the path of brute force. Ultimately, today will be no exception.
Are you familiar with the Webway, Fabricator General?
Negative.
It is a network of trans-dimensional tunnels, whose entrances span the length and breadth of the galaxy. Who originally constructed it is unknown to us, but the Eldari are the ones who know the most, and it is they who use it to travel across the gulf of space in the pursuit of their inscrutable goals. Some of these tunnels that make up the Webway are tiny things, fit for only a few individuals on foot. Some are big enough to sail a fleet of starships through.
Query. Is this not similar to the Immaterium?
No. Although it seems to exist in a realm between reality and the warp, both bleed into it. I've long heard rumors that parts of the Webway are somehow damaged, swarmed by creatures from the Immaterium, impassable to mortals. The evidence I found on 6443 only lends credence to these stories. Fabricator General, I believe that your forces were there, and that so were the Eldar. I have sought this particular group of aliens for some time. I need to know what happened. I need to know where they went. I need to know what is on this memory core. Are you satisfied with the information I have provided you?
The tech priest says nothing, but waves an appendage in the Inquisitor's general direction. On the memory core in his hand, a small, blinking red light turns green.
Thank you,
says Foltest, and immediately turns to leave. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to 40k 8th edition at last. And welcome once again to the Acheron sector and to the world known to the Imperium as 6443 Gamma. A world which is known by a different name to a different alien species. The Eldar call this place Last Refuge. It's a maiden world seeded in the long, long history that's gone past by the Eldar in ancient times. But the Admech are here after warp storms in this region, following the Cicatrix Maledictum and all of that stuff. Blew the warp storms out of this sector, revealing this once hidden planet to the rest of the galaxy, and the Adeptus Mechanicus have sent an exploratory fleet into this area. And this is the 43rd planet they've come across in their 64th exploratory fleet in this region. And they've come here and they've found Xenos relics, including this webway gate right here. As you can see, they've set up shop around here. There's some crates, there's a prefab building. They've been doing research on this place, doing what the Admech do, basically, poking and prodding things they don't understand until inevitably something bad happens. And something bad this way comes because on the Craftworld Becareth, Farseer Elyon has seen visions of Last Refuge being consumed by the warp, being consumed by chaos. And at the centre of her visions is this place here, this webway gate, which she believes is starting to fail, and the Admech probably have something to do with it. So the Eldar are here, the Admech are here, and they're going to fight for control of this ancient webway gate because it's the Eldar's belief that if they don't take it away from the stupid, filthy Monkai, they're going to unleash something terrible here. And the Admech, of course, won't stand the alien to trespass upon this place. This is ours. They found it first, as far as they're concerned. And so a battle is about to ensue. And so we welcome back to the channel Dan.
Hello.
And his wonderful Admech, who we've not seen on the channel yet. No, I don't think so.
Not seen them on any channel yet.
Wow, okay. Likewise, my Eldar you've not seen on the channel yet. This is their what's the word? Not premiere. Is that it? Yeah. This is their.
You might have seen one or two of them.
Might have seen one or two of them. Yes, they made a little guest appearance at the end of a previous battle report. But it's the first battle on the channel that they're going to be in. Well, technically they were in another battle report, but due to technical reasons and some bad scenario planning on my part, it never made it into the public view. We don't talk about that one. But anyway, here we are on 6443, ready to do battle between the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Eldar of Craftworld Becareth. Let's go and look at the armies. And here are the Eldar, folks. Craftworld Becareth, which in the Eldar lexicon actually means spirit on the wind, I think. Which is nice, isn't that nice? Which is it's an interesting one because it's double meaning. Because it does mean literally spirit on the wind, but it's also a term that is used to describe Eldar who have died without spirit stones. So it's kind of pretty and also kind of grim at the same time, which I think is very Eldar. So, anywho, here they are, folks. It's a battalion detachment, no more, no less. And it consists of 1 unit of Rangers over there, another unit of Rangers here, and 10 Dire Avengers with an Exarch. He doesn't have any special gear, just got the Avenger Shuriken catapult there. And the rest is basically aspect warriors and stuff. Well, the Dire Avengers are aspect warriors, to be fair. But we've got Howling Banshees, got 10 of them, including an Exarch with an Executioner there. I think that's an Executioner and not Mirror Swords. Mirror Swords are 2 separate swords. I think the big double-ended one is an Executioner. Anyway, I'm playing it as an Executioner regardless, so it's not like it's particularly easy to kit bash Eldar at the end of the day. But hey, plastic Banshees soon at some point apparently, so that's nice. Now that I've got like 10 plus of the damn things. Now they choose to release the plastic ones, but anyway. Dark Reapers as well, got 7 of them. Mix of the resin guys and the old metal ones. And in the middle here we've got 3 HQ choices. We've got Farseer Elyon herself, with a Witchblade. She's supposed to have a little dagger in that other hand, but it broke off for about the 3rd time in building and painting her, and at this point I've given up. She's just not going to have a dagger now. So, not that it has any rules, it just looked cool. And 2 Warlocks as well. They don't have names yet. We may find out. But yes, 2 Warlocks, that's 3 HQ choices. And a Transport, which is a Wave Serpent, that's the one, Wave Serpent. Still getting used to all the nomenclature, folks, but yeah, we've got a Wave Serpent with a Shuriken Cannon and a pair of Bright Lancers. I did not build, nor did I paint a large amount of this army. Some of it I did, the Reapers I did, the HQs I did, and some other stuff that is not currently in this army I also did, but a lot of it was not painted by me, which is probably why it looks so pretty, because my paint jobs aren't nearly as good, and boy has it been tricky trying to get my new models to match the standards of this, let me tell you. But anyway, I didn't build the Wave Serpent, which is why it has twin Bright Lancers, which is honestly not a very good loadout for a Wave Serpent. I think really what you want is like twin Shuriken Cannons or something. An assault weapon, basically, rather than a heavy one, so you can fire and move it without any penalties, but hey. And the Warlord, obviously, is the Farseer herself there. Her Warlord trait is Fate Reader, because I'm running these guys as Ulthway. There was a lot of umming and ahhing about which Craftworld trait to use, as Dan can attest. There was lots of checking of Warlord traits and traits and stratagems and things, but I went with Ulthway in the end because it gives us the nice sex up, ignore wounds on everything, which is theoretically easy to remember and can create some fun dramatic moments as well, so that's kind of why I like it. Obviously I don't have a ton of Guardians, so I'm clearly not Ulthwaying properly, but whatever. It appealed more than any of the others. And anyway, her Warlord trait is one that I feel is actually narratively appropriate anyway, which is Fate Reader. So that is at the start of each turn, I roll a d6, and if it's a 6, I get a command point, essentially, which is nice. So, there we go. Oh, psychic powers and things. Her relic is the Phoenix Gem, which does something slightly complicated, which, to be honest with you, I will explain it if we get to it. Basically, if she dies, that's when it will actually take effect. But for admin purposes, she's got the Phoenix Gem. And her psychic powers are Fortune and Guide, I think. Yes, Fortune and Guide. And the Warlocks are this guy here has got Conceal Reveal. No, not Conceal Reveal. Sorry, Quicken / whatever the other one was. Quicken Restrain, that's the one. Quicken Restrain, still getting used to all the names, folks. And the second one has got, I need to check.
Protect Jinx, that was the one, Protect Jinx. They have two names, the Warlock powers, because they're weird. But yes, it's Protect Jinx. I've played a couple of games with the Eldar already. This isn't my first game. This isn't my first Eldar rodeo, per se. But it still hasn't all quite sunk in yet. So apologies in advance for any rules flubs and things like that, as well as name flubs too. So, but anyway, Quicken Restrain on the Warlock on the left there, and the Warlock on the right has Protect Jinx. Brilliant. I think I've nailed it. That's everything. Right, let's go take a look at those sneaky Admech. Alright, admittedly, maybe not that sneaky. They all are bright orange, as you pointed out off camera there. But anyway,
Yep.
So what do we got, sir?
Right, so we also have a battalion of just under 1,000 points. It's Admech, and as the colour scheme might suggest, they are Riser Forge World, which their Forge World dogma is reroll 1s to wound in melee.
Right, I have to admit I don't know much about Riser.
It's not very useful.
Other than there's a paint named after them, and they make lots of Lehman Rust bits. Because there's lots of Forge World Lehman Rusts you can get which are Riser pattern.
Loosely speaking, yeah, well, it's a Forge World, they make a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They're well known for making plasma weapons,
Right.
which gives them their stratagem and the reason why anyone ever sees them in competitive play, and that is plasma specialists. You put it on a unit with plasma guns when they're firing, and it gives them all +1 to wound and +1 damage, which stacks obviously with supercharging and with many other things you can get from combos with other units and stuff from the vigilist detachments, that kind of thing. I'm not really going to use any of that today, just going to run them as they are and maybe throw the stratagem on them to try and kill that bloody way serpent. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got, they're a troops choice, those 5 Cataphront destroyers.
Okay.
We have 3 other troops choices, a unit of 10 vanguards. They've got a power sword on the Alpha and the enhanced data tether, I think it is, in there.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a unit of 10 rangers. They have the Omniscope, which ignores cover saves, or ignores cover, and there's 3 arc rifles in there. On the far right we've got the Breachers, which have heavy arc rifles and arc claws. They're the 4th troop choice. HQ wise, we have the Tech Priest Dominus. He is wielding the relic, which I'm taking the Pato Cog Tooth or something. It's the relic axe basically. It's extra strong and does flat 3 damage, I think, or maybe 2. I don't know, whatever. I've never used it before.
Extra smashy axe, basically.
It's a good axe, and he's taking the Riser Warlord trait, which is field testing something, and it gives +1 strength and +1 damage to one of his weapons,
Right.
which is going to go on his eradication right here.
Ooh.
So that should be a
Look at that
bit tasty. Then we've got his Tech Priest Engines here, buddy, the other HQ choice, and
There it is.
to his right a Cybernetica Datasmith, his Elite's choice, and behind him his two buddies,
The elephants in the room, yeah.
Castellan robots, who notably have power fists,
Punchy bots.
not lots of DACA.
Not the DACA bots, it's
No.
the punchy bots.
And then rounding out the force, we've got another Elite's choice, the Sikaran Ruststalkers, I believe they're called. They are kind of rubbish, but they look cool, so whatever.
Nice. I have to admit, between them and the Infiltrators, I always thought the Ruststalkers looked way cooler, but it's just a shame the rules are not quite all there at the moment. But thank you for bringing them anyway. Thank you for bringing all of these guys, by the way, because they look really pretty. I feel very spoiled on the eye candy front today, really. So yeah. Also, I completely forgot to point out. This is a 1,000-point game. It is a small game we're doing today because I don't know about for you folks watching at home, but I quite like small scale 40k. I find it very enjoyable, and also we played a lot of small scale 40k recently, haven't we? Because we were at the DZTV Open Day, and we played a bunch of small 1,000-point games, and we both really enjoyed it. So we decided we'd play a small 1,000-point game here today, so we can take our time and the game won't take a million years to do. Hopefully. hopefully. Fingers crossed. So yeah, alright, well with that out of the way, folks, let's go do the deployment and the mission rules. Okay, folks, we are deployed. Eldar all over the shop, basically. Rangers infiltrating over there onto that rock to get some good lines of fire over here in the central area. Banshees in their Wave Serpent. Farseer of Warlocks and the Dark Creepers skulking behind this rock. And the Dire Avengers occupying these woods over here as well. Meanwhile, on the Admech's side of the battlefield, well, basically we've got a bubble around the Dominus, yes.
Yeah, we got all the servitors and the Vanguard ready to come up, and his work experience guy there. The Rangers coming up to do something. In this case, I deployed second, so I didn't know where you were, so I just put them there.
You deployed first, Stephen. Yeah.
That's the one.
It's a little bit confusing, isn't it?
Numbers.
We're doing a chapter-approved 2018 mission called...
Cut off the head.
Cut off the head, that's the one.
It's marginally modified.
And I won the roll-off, which means I go second.
Yes.
Which is a little bit strange, but that's the way it works.
I had to deploy with an empty board, so...
I got to deploy very reactively, which is why there's a lot of stuff hiding behind things.
So the main thing is I've just got a big block of shoot stuff in the middle and then melee units on the flanks.
Yes.
To hit whatever's available.
Exactly. Now, the rules for this mission are relatively simple, but very appropriate for this scenario. We have two objectives, which are basically each half of the webway gate. Each pylon, if you like, that is an objective. And we score points for controlling them at the end of...
starting from the second battle round, a player scores 1 victory point if they control the objective marker at the start of their turn. And interestingly, if you control the objective marker, if you have more characters around it than your opponent, it's not regular units, only characters score it in this. Specifically characters with intel points, and the way this works is you have 3 intel points to divvy up between your characters, and after turn 3, at the end of the third battle round, and at the end of each battle round thereafter, each player adds up the number of intel points allocated to models from their army that are currently on the battlefield, and you get that number of victory points. Conveniently, we've both got 3 characters, so it's easy. They've all 3 got 1 intel point, so we can kind of forget about that mechanic entirely.
Yeah.
Just characters.
So yeah, basically, only characters can score the objectives.
Yes.
The Farseer, for her part, needs to get to this webway gate so that she can try and re-energize the wards, protecting it and stopping it from basically collapsing, because this webway gate, you see, it leads to a part of the webway that's been broken and shattered and leads to dark, nasty, horrible places inhabited by dark, nasty, horrible things. And should this webway gate fail, some of those dark, nasty, horrible things could potentially come out and destroy this planet, which is why we're here to stop that. So the Farseer and the Warlocks need to be here to score the objectives in the middle here of the webway gate to try and repair the damage that the Admech have done. And the Admech, for their part...
I'd like to point out that it was like that when we got here.
Yeah.
We didn't mess with it. It was broken already.
You filthy monkey! You've broken it, haven't you? Haven't you?
No.
We let you on the planet for 5 minutes, and you've already nearly ended the world. Brilliant. So, so the tech priests and stuff, they all need to be up here to score.
Yeah, we just want it. Well. We just want to mess with it.
Continue fiddling with it, basically.
Experiment. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the objectives, basically. Capture these with characters, and if we've got characters still alive at the end, we get extra points.
Yes, at the end of each battle round, from the third onwards.
From the third onwards, okay. Maybe not as simple as I maybe implied it was, but okay, we'll get our heads around it. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is no roll-off, because that's already done with this chapter-approved 2018 scenario. So basically, unless one seizes one's initiative, it will be Admech turn 1. And there's the dice, there we go. So, I'll give it a go on a 6. The Eldar are actually going first. Nope. Admech turn 1, here we go. And we're at the end of Forge World Riser's movement phase. The troops have advanced towards the middle of the battlefield, towards the crucial objective of the webway gate. But also remaining tightly ensconced within cover over there as well, between these crates and that hill. Also, punchy bots on my left flank are moving forward in the direction of my rangers and some of my other stuff. My dark reapers as well, which is going to be a problem at some point. The rust stalkers over here moved and advanced 13 inches over behind this large rock, trying to protect themselves. Yeah, basically hiding from line of sight. There's a lot of that going on from both sides really at the moment. And did the Catlafrons move as well?
Yes, they were positioned here, and they popped themselves into a position where they can see things.
Right, yeah, they've cleared the hill there so they can actually start shooting some stuff. Okay.
Cool. So I'm shooting for, since the robots advanced, they can't fire, and most of this stuff's either out of line of sight or range and can't see anything. So I've only got 2 units they're going to shoot, and that's the servitors and the rangers in front.
Brilliant. So only 2 shooting units on turn 1.
And it's worth noting I did use the Shroud Psalm Canticle for this turn.
That is true, yes.
Everything is in cover, regardless of whether it is actually in cover.
So you now can't pick that again for the rest of the battle,
That's correct. But I could roll it and get it randomly.
You could roll it randomly, yes. Okay, and for my part as well, I did roll for Fate Reader, and I didn't get a 6, so I didn't get an extra command point at the start of the battle. So, let's go into the shooting phase. What are we starting with, dude?
So let's start with the lovely servitors.
Lovely servitors,
from destroyers.
Of which I am absolutely terrified.
And we're going to play the Plasma Specialist stratagem. Doop.
Very nice.
Which effectively boils down to they get +1 to wound and +1 damage on all their plasma weapons this turn.
Okie dokie.
Which is good. However, only 3 of them can see the Wave Serpent, so 3 of them are going to shoot that.
You are firing the Wave Serpent then.
And then 2 of them are going to shoot the Dire Avengers, because that's the only thing they can do.
Okay, jolly good. Alright then.
So the 3 that are shooting the Wave Serpent are going to supercharge, and the 2 that are shooting the Dire Avengers are not.
Obviously not, because that would be
that
silly.
Would be crazy.
I mean, you stand a greater chance of stopping my 6-up ignore wounds, but exactly, yeah. So, okay, right, a bit of dice gathering and lightning fast reactions later. We're about to start shooting. You're going to start shooting the Dire Avengers.
Yep.
So I played lightning fast reactions for 2 command points. It leaves me with 6 left, and I'm playing it on the Wave Serpent since it's been selected as a target for shooting, and basically it's now got a -1 to hit on it, which is obviously not terrifically great news for overcharging plasma, is it? Really? So
they're only servitors.
So yeah.
Yeah, I have left them within 6 inches of the Dominus, who gives them a reroll 1 to hit bubble.
Yeah, so they are rerolling the 1s.
It's slightly better.
But correct me if I'm wrong, the 2s will also become 1s and therefore
yes,
kablooey. So
could be bad.
Could be bad.
But in any case, we'll start with the 2 that are firing at the Dire Avengers.
Right.
So they have D6 shots each with their plasma culverins.
Holy crap!
This could be bad news for the Dire Avengers.
It could. Sorry, lads. I had to give it to the Wave Serpent instead. You're on your own.
So it's 4s to hit, rerolling 1s.
Couple of 1s.
Those are 4. Yeah, there's a couple of 1s as well. Another hit in there. Tabletop Tactics dice letting me down there a bit.
Oh no!
They're the ones that it. Strength 7, so wounds on 2s. Technically it's +1 to wound as well, but whatever.
Okay.
So wounding on 2s, it all wounds.
Okay, so
that's 7 wounds at -3.
Right. I will still get a 6-up save because I'm in cover.
Yep.
That's good, yeah. Okay, well, as plasma blasts explode through these woods here, let's find out how many Dire Avengers die. 6 is to save these guys. I do save a couple.
Not bad.
And now here's the hard part, because you are doing, because of your stratagem, you are doing 2 damage a pop with these, so
Ulthway saves you need double 6s.
basically,
I'd just roll them all, and if you get a 6, re-roll it.
sure, I guess so.
Mathematically the same.
Okay, nothing, yeah, so they are toast. 5 of them are anyway. Okay, so as the Dire Avengers drop like flies to plasma, the rest of the fusillade comes in smacking this Wave Serpent.
Pew pew pew.
Here we go.
That's not quite as good. That's 9 shots.
9 shots in total.
4 5s to hit, re-rolling 1s.
Okay. That's a lot of 5 pluses you just made there.
It really is.
Holy crap.
Okay, so one of them dies.
Straight up dead.
Incidentally, I should have done that separate for each gun, because he could have got multiple ones off the same plasma gun.
Right, I see what you mean.
But it doesn't really matter
never mind.
because only one of them died. So I'll take that, and that's a lot of hits.
It is. Wounded on 2s.
So they're all wounded.
Everything wounds. Very good.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 wounds on the Wave Serpent.
Alright, 6 is to save. Nothing.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, that's each of them is 3 damage.
Right, now because of the Serpent Shield, this is halved
Yeah, so you
in each case,
so you half each 3 down to 1.5.
Yep.
Which rounds up to 2, right?
I don't know if we round up or down.
Pretty sure it rounds up.
To the roll section! Oops, looks like I got the Serpent Shield mixed up with the Shield Eternal from the Space Marines Codex. It doesn't half damage at all, it reduces it by 1. So I've got 14 6 uphill no pains to make. I made a grand total of 1. Dice, can you behave please? This is... Alright, so basically, yeah, I took 13 damage, and I don't think it's got... Let me check. It has exactly 13 wounds, so that means it's toast. Does it explode? No, thankfully. Alright, better get the Banshees out. Alright, with the Wave Serpent destroyed, the Banshees pile out of it like this towards the rear out of the back door, and trying very carefully to stay out of the line of incoming fire from those rangers over there, because Banshees are quite squishy. So they're hunkering down and getting in cover, and hopefully with a little bit of psychic help they still might be able to get in charge range next turn. Let's find out. Okay, well, the machine minds of the Skitarii Rangers here have defaulted, with no other available targets, to shooting at the rest of these remaining Dire Avengers down here with their galvanic rifles and arc rifles. Is that it?
Yes, so I've got 5 shots with the galvanic rifles because a couple of them can't see, and 3 shots with the arc rifles. They're all rapid fire, they're all at long range, so there's no extra shots.
Yep.
3s to hit with them. I didn't put them in range with the thing, I don't think, so no reroll 1s. But that's that. So the galvanic rifles are strength 4, so they're wounding on 3s. The arc rifles, I think, are strength 6.
Yeah.
But I'll check if I roll a 2. Didn't.
So white dice with arc rifle, yeah?
Yeah.
Just for the viewers at home.
Cool, so we've got 3 wounds with the galvanic rifles. No negative, but I am ignoring your cover because of my Omnis specs.
Okay, cool, just 4-ups then. Ah, the elusive
Just.
4-up save. Okay, 3 more dead.
Get some 6s then.
Oh yeah, you're right. See, it's supposed to be the easy to remember Craftworld trait, and yet... Yeah,
No.
nothing, no. 1, 2...
So pretty as well.
3. I know, they're so gorgeous. I didn't paint them, so I'm not blowing my own trumpet with that. But they're very pretty, but they always die quite very quickly.
Why did you put your pretty unit in a place where I could shoot it?
Because I foolishly thought to myself, oh, I shall put them in those woods so that they have cover, and then you told me, oh yeah, so like a bunch of my units to ignore cover. I was like, oh dear,
Yeah.
Never mind. I should have put them behind this rock instead. Never mind. Mistakes were made. Okay.
Anyway, that's the end of my turn then. That's
It
all
is.
I can do. So there'll be 1 leadership check.
Yes. I think this is going to be a really rough one. 2
Not too bad.
plus 8, 9, 10. I think they're probably legging it. Okay, yeah, they failed it by 2, so Farseer Elyon, I think, is going to order these guys to get back, gather up their fallen comrades and their spirit stones, and retreat, because they've done quite enough, as it is. And they are gone, having failed their morale check. So,
These guys are leadership 7, so they can't fail for 1 guy dying.
yep, they lost 1 servitor to accidental
Whoops.
plasma overload, but they're fine. So I didn't even know that the servitors could do morale tests, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's quite funny to me in a way. They're servitors, so... But then, okay.
I think it represents they just get so confused and shut down.
Yeah, something like that. The morale phase is deliberately very vague in this edition as to what it actually represents, but hey, that's okay. So that's the end of the Admech turn 1. No points scored because you can't score any points in turn 1, can you?
Well, 1 point for first strike.
Oh yeah, that's right. First strike. Good point. You're right. I always forget those ones: the first strike and slay the warlord and what's the other one?
Linebreaker.
Linebreaker. That's the one. I always forget them. All right.
Because this is chapter approved 2018, you can also score first strike.
I can. Hooray! So I mean that's possibly going to be quite tough, but we'll see. All right. Eldar, turn 1. Let's go. Alright, it's the Eldari movement phase. I rolled for Fate Weaver even, and I didn't get a command point. But movement is done. Farseer Elyon casts her gaze out across the battlefield, closes her eyes, and sees the strands of fate and destiny spread over this place like a spider's web, with the middle being this webway gate, and issues her orders to her warhost accordingly. So the howling banshees are howling straight across the middle of the battlefield here. They're right next to the webway portal, and their goal, after moving and advancing, and doing so will allow them to get a bonus to their charge roll actually as well. Basically heading straight for these rangers to chop them up into lots of little bits. That's the idea. The Dark Reapers have ascended up onto the top of this hill, ready to open fire with their Reaper launchers at probably the plasma cataphrons that did such a huge amount of damage last turn. And the Psychics, for their part, they've stayed still down here. None of the psychic powers I'm planning to use this turn will require line of sight, so they're going to stay right where they are. No smiting from them, but plenty of other shenanigans aside from that. The Rangers, staying where they are over there, still haven't quite decided what they're going to target just yet, but the Cybernetica Datesmith over there is certainly an option. So, because remember, it's characters that score in this battle, so eliminating characters is a very good idea. Okay, moving straight into the psychic phase then. And the first thing I'm going to do is have this warlock here cast Quicken/Restrain. This is a warp charge value of 7. That's a 5. Bugger.
What does this one do?
I kind of need... I need to do some measuring to decide whether or not this command point is worth spending. Okay, after some measuring, I don't necessarily need this to go off for the Banshees to get into combat this turn, but it'd be really good if it did, because then I'd be able to do a lot more interesting stuff with them. So, I am going to command point reroll this and hope I get the 7 in total. I do. Okay, so Quicken does go off. The Banshees are now going to move again as if it was the movement phase. Okay, this is what the Banshees look like now after making their second move. Making it all the way up to there, which is about as far as they can get before getting within an inch of stuff. But also trying to stay out of line of sight of most of the vanguard behind those rocks there, because they've got some 3 shotguns, was it?
Yeah, assault 3 weapons.
So their Overwatch could potentially be kind of nasty, and Banshees are pretty squishy. So, although actually, having said all of that,
they ignore Overwatch, don't they?
you don't get to Overwatch Banshees because
Never mind.
Because of the Banshee masks. Hardy ha. Okay, well, whatever. It doesn't make much of a difference either way. So, because I can't fit any of them through that little gap really there without getting into within an inch of the Skitari. So
I think they're close enough.
They are close enough, yeah. My plan, essentially, is to try and charge the Vanguard and the Rangers in this turn with them. That's the general idea, anyway. So, yeah. Okay. Right. Psychic phase continues. I'm not used to having this much Psychic. It's weird, man. Okay, the Psychic phase now continues, and the other Warlock is going to go for Protect Jinx, which is a 7 is required. Definitely gets that. Now, do I protect or do I jinx? That is the question. Well, since nothing was in range for jinx, this is pretty obvious, really. I'm putting protect on the Banshees, which means they add 1 to the saving throw, so their 4-up saves are now 3-up saves, which is nice. Then, on to Farseer Elyon herself. She's going to cast Fortune on the Banshees, needing a 7. And definitely getting it. And they now have a 5+ ignore wounds. which is slightly better than their existing 6+ for being Elfway, but hey. And then her second trick will be Guide on these Dark Reapers, which will allow them to reroll failed hit rolls. So, also needing a 7, also going off. Lovely. So the Dark Reapers are guided, the Banshees are protected and fortuned, and that concludes my psychic phase.
You say lovely. I'm not so sure.
I need this to work after losing quite a bit of stuff in turn 1. So, yeah. Alright, psychic phase finally done. Let's go into the shooting. The Howling Banshees opened fire with their shuriken pistols, which they could fire because of battle focus, and killed one Skidari Ranger. Hooray! And now we move over to the far more important Dark Reapers, who, well, they have some robots closing in on them, but for now choosing to ignore the robots and fire at the greater threat, which is these Cataphront battle servitors over here with the plasma. So we're firing Starshot missiles from our Reaper launchers. So that's 7 shots in total. These will hit on 3s even though we moved, because Dark Reapers always hit on 3s regardless of any modifiers. And they're re-rolling to hit as well thanks to Guide. So, alright, let's re-roll these 3 2s. Alright, so only 1 misses. 6 shots through so far. Strength 8 was toughness 5, so 3s to wound. Ooh, okay. Only 3 wounds. These are 3 damage a pop though, and -2. Only -1 because of Shroud's Arm, but you've got
Okay, so 5 up.
3 5-up saves. And each one is a dead servitor.
That's 3 dead servitors.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll buy that for $1. It's more than I expected considering that wound roll. Fair enough. Good old Dark Reapers. Right. The only unit I have left now to shoot with is, well, these two units of Rangers over here, which I'm still feeling a bit indecisive about. Let me have a think. Okay, the first unit of Rangers, these guys here, they are going to take some pot shots at the Datasmith. And depending on how well this goes, I'll decide what to do with the second unit. Not that they have an awful lot of targets over there, unfortunately, right now. But hey, here we go. 5 shots hitting on 3s.
I like that.
Okay, and then what's the toughness of your Datasmith?
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4, so this will be 4s to wound. No wounds at all.
Good.
Alright, let's try that again then.
Yeah,
The second unit.
Sensing a theme. Oh, 2 wounds.
2 wounds this time at least. No mortal wounds though.
Any AP on that?
None whatsoever.
Okay, he's
So.
got a 2-up save, so he's fine.
Yep, okay. Good old Rangers. You guys are getting replaced with Guardians as soon as I finish painting them. Anyway, that concludes my shooting, basically. So now we're into the charge phase, and oh yeah, it's Banshee time. Okay, small correction, it's not actually Banshee time just yet because Fire and Fade. For 1 command point, I've moved my Dark Reapers back down off the hill and out of line of sight of a lot of shooty stuff, which is probably a good idea. At least that's the way I see it. So yeah, 1 command point spent, Dark Reapers back out of line of sight. Very useful stratagem, that. Very, very useful indeed. Okay, now it's Banshee time. Charge phase. The Banshees are going to be charging these Rangers and these Vanguard here. Could potentially get away with more than that, but I'm not going to bother. I'm only going to attract more Overwatch. Actually, I'm not going to attract more Overwatch fire because
there is no Overwatch.
The Howling Banshees, you can't Overwatch them because of their Banshee masks. However, yeah, I'm not interested in trying to climb over all those buildings and stuff or what have you, so... yeah, no, we're just going to charge these guys here. So, possibly a poor decision, I don't really know. But let's see what we get. We've got a +3 to this roll because we advanced. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-inch charge. Let's see how many Banshees we can squeeze through that gap. And this is how we look with the charge phase done. The Banshees are piled into the gap here. 4 of them will be attacking the Rangers. The rest, including the Exarch, will be attacking the Vanguard. The Vanguard, they really ought to die because I completely forgot they have the rad saturation rule, which means as long as my Banshees are within any X amount of inches of these guys,
1, I think.
is it 1? Yeah, within an inch of these guys, I'm toughness 2. I get -1 toughness while I'm in combat with these guys. So I'd like to kill as many Vanguard as possible. That would be really nice because I don't like being toughness 2. That kind of sucks. So yeah, let's crack on with that. Hitting the Vanguard first, I think. Okay, fight phase. Let's get stuck in to these toasters. I've used Supreme Disdain for another command point. Basically, hit rolls of 6+ allows me to make extra hit rolls. It's death to the false whatever, basically, on these guys. I'm going to start with the Exarch. She has 3 attacks with her Executioner. Hitting on 3s. Just checking the book off camera here. Yep, it's 3s. Okay, she hits with everything.
Not 6s though.
It's, no 6s. It's strength +1.
Okay.
So 3s to wound. Okay, 2 wounds at -2.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, -3 actually. The Executioner.
6 up invulnerable saves because they're. I've met they've all got 6 up invulnerable.
Yep, cybernetics.
Nope, 2 die.
Okay, 2 dead Vanguard to start with. Then, these are the rest of the Banshees attacking the Vanguard. Hitting on 3s. Okay. And 1 extra attack with the Supreme Disdain. It does convert, which is nice. Then 4s to wound. And we get 3 wounds.
Okay.
At -3 again, so
6s. Nope, 3 more die.
3 more dead Vanguard. And then the rest of the Banshees attacking the Rangers, same again. And we make another attack with that. Okay. Then winning on 4s. 2 more wounds on the Rangers this time.
Nope, 2 of them die as well.
There we go. That's classic Banshees, really. They have lots of fun tools in their toolbox to get them to a fight safely, but once they actually get to the fight, they don't kill an awful lot of stuff, unfortunately. Their low strength really lets them down, so...
Oh well.
Never mind.
I'm not complaining.
There are ways to buff them, I'm sure. I mean, one is to bring Jane Czar, for example, but I haven't done it for this game because it doesn't feel right narratively to just bring a random Phoenix Lord to every other game, so... Okay, that's my fighting done. You may now fight back.
Good. Okay, this is the Vanguard fighting back, hitting on 4s.
5s, actually, because of the Exarch.
Okay. These were the Alpha, who has a power sword.
Yep.
So
White
he knows how to play. So it's wounding on 3s because you're now toughness 2.
I am, yeah.
Okay, so 1 wound regular armor save and 1 at -3.
Okay, well, thanks to Protect, I do get a 6-up save with the power sword, which I don't make, and then a 5-up feel no pain because of Fortune, which I do make.
Yep.
Then the other one is a 3+,
Which
I do make as well. Okay, no dead Banshees yet.
Cool, then we'll pile in with the Rangers.
8 attacks now from the Rangers.
Hit on 5s again, yeah?
Yep.
Not bad. And then 3s to wound again. 1 wound.
1 wound. 1 3-up save, which I do pass. Okay. Banshee survived the retaliatory strike.
I've got some leaderships.
You do.
So these guys are leadership 7 with the Alpha. They lost 3. So that's 7, so they pass.
Okay.
He's leadership 7. He lost 3.
Please run away.
So he passed. Their leadership 7, they lost 5. However, they do have a data tether in there that lets them re-roll morale.
1.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to need to
They're
re-roll
good as
that.
well.
Right, so the AdMech hold firm. They're AdMech masters, ensuring that they stand firm with additional commands and protocols being put in place there. They're not going anywhere, but neither of those Banshees just yet. It's going to be an interesting shooting phase. It's going to be an interesting movement and shooting phase, really, as we head into AdMech turn 2. Okay, folks, it's the end of the AdMech turn 2 movement phase. I did roll again for Fate Reader and got no command point back.
Nothing.
You also rolled for your Mechanicals.
I did not, in
Oh,
fact.
no, you didn't. That's
I
right.
spent 2 command points on Divine Chorus.
Way.
So I'm activating Shroud Psalm once again.
Shroud Psalm again.
Because it's the good one.
Damn it all. Alright.
As
So-
you can see, the infantry the Skitari have fallen back from the Banshees, and the Rostalkers have come into play.
The Banshees are surrounded, in other words, completely surrounded, about to possibly die by firing squad, and even if they survive, there's Ruststalkers incoming as well.
These dudes are kind of trundled up to get into position to do something.
Yes, the other servitors with the arc rifle things, what are they called?
Heavy arc rifles.
Heavy arc rifles, there we go, and the punchy bots moving in the direction of my characters and my Dark Reapers as well, basically choosing to ignore the Rangers, and I don't blame you.
And importantly, I've popped 2 characters up onto the box, so they're within 3 inches of the objective.
Indeed, so points.
I might get some points.
Points may be getting scored, indeed. So, yeah, the Eldari footprint is pretty tiny right now, really. You've got most of the border control, it's fair to say. So, Psychic Phase has been observed. Now into the shooting phase. The shooting phase beginneth, and the robots have been commanded to spray these Rangers with Phosphor Blaster fire. For academic purposes, it's actually the top unit there that he's targeting. Not that it makes much difference either way.
So, Phosphor Blasters, or Heavy Phosphor Blasters, are a heavy 3. I did move, they don't ignore the moving penalty, so it's -1 to hit, and your Rangers, so it's another -1 to hit. So I'm hitting on 6s.
Hey, okay.
Got 1.
Yay!
It is, however, strength 6.
So 2 to wound.
-1 AP, and doesn't give you any saving throw benefits for cover.
Okay.
So I think this is 2s to kill, or 2s to make it 6 up save, whatever.
It's a 6.
Yep, so...
That's almost certainly a dead Ranger. I think they have 5 up saves, but they get +2 for being in cover, which is then ignored.
So...
Yeah.
Cool.
Dead Ranger.
Got 1.
The Tech Priest Dominus then commanding his heavy servitors here with the arc rifles.
The Cataphront Breachers firing up. They've got 36-inch range. They're firing at the same squad. They also are heavy weapons. However, they ignore the penalty for that. So they're hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
And they are just about within 6 of him, so they can reroll 1s to hit.
Lovely.
Ooh, that's quite good. These are strength 6. So 2s to wound, and they're also -2 AP. So 2 wounds at -2, but they don't ignore cover or anything.
Right, you've basically burnt through their special cover saves, so they're getting 5 up saves.
Yep.
No,
Cool. 2
another
more.
2 dead Rangers. Okay, the Tech Priest Dominus firing his Eradication Ray down at the Banshees. I am spending another 2 CP. I have 1 remaining after this on lightning fast reactions, giving you a -1 to hit those Banshees, because I need them alive. Oh yes, I do.
Okay, so it's D3 shots. 1. That's disappointing, but you normally hit some 2s, but it's a heavy weapon, so it's 3s, and it's -1, so it's 4s. No. Oh, he can reroll 1s because he's within range of himself.
You can indeed.
Still missed.
Okay.
No mind.
Would that have missed anyway?
Uh,
Did I just waste 2 CP?
yes.
Jolly good!
Well, I've still got this guy to fire at them.
Yes, we've still got the Plasma Cataphront.
So, since it's -1 to hit you, I'm not going to overcharge.
Yeah.
So let's see how many shots we get with the 2.
Okay.
I might actually use a CP for
Come
that.
on, point!
Yeah, I think I will, because I could do with killing a few more of them before the Ruststalkers get in. No, that was bad. That was bad.
Okay.
So we're hitting on 5s. No. And then we've got rapid firing Phosphor Blaster. 2 shots that's in rapid fire range. That is going to be no hits because of the -1.
Okay, so it actually
did a
was
thing,
was
did a
kind
thing.
of worth doing. Alright, phew.
Slightly.
I feel good now.
Probably not worth 2 command points, but still.
Not really, no.
Probably would have been better to save it for the assault phase when they charge in. And
never mind. Mistakes were made. I
Cool.
will learn. I do still have a -1 to be hitting the assault phase anyway from the Banshee X arc, so
this
hopefully
is true.
that will help. Plus, I'm still fortuned and still guided, so at least I'm pretty sure I am. I better double check those cards just to be on the safe side. I meant protected, not guided. I think I said guided. Anyway, charge phase now. Ruststalkers are unsurprisingly going straight into the Banshees. They need a 4-inch charge, so it's pretty simple to do.
That'll do.
There you go, that'll do it. I do get Overwatch though with my little shuriken pistols, so yay! Did I get a single hit? I got 1. Yay! And think that. Yep,
That's a wound?
That is a wound. Yeah, with a 5.
Okay. I've got a 4-up save, but I'm also in cover because of Shroud's on, so 3 up. Saved anyway.
Yay. Okay. In you go then. And that's how things look after the charge. A stratagem is being played in the fight phase here.
Conqueror Doctrina Imperative. It's +1 to hit for a Skitarii unit when it's played on them. So that will counteract the -1 for your Exarch.
Cancelling out the war shout, I think it's called. That's what the rule is. Mm-hmm. So hitting on your normal weapon skill then.
Okay, so there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. They've got cord claws and transonic razors. So the way it works is they each get to make 1 attack with their cord claw and then the rest with the razors.
Okay.
So I'll do the first 7 with the claws. They're hitting on 3s. Okay. No rerolls or anything. They are strength 4, so wounding on 3s. 6s to wound, generate D3 mortal wounds instead.
Oh my days.
And I'm rerolling 1s as well because of my trait.
Luckily for me, no 6s.
No 1s or 6s, so that's 3 regular wounds. There's no AP on this.
Okay, 3 ups because of Protect.
Damn it.
Bossed them all. Never had Banshees be this durable.
Okay, and then we've got
now I've jinxed them.
Transonic razors, so they get 2 attacks each with that, apart from the alpha, it gets 3. So it's, that's the alpha. 1, 2, 3, 7. Hitting on 3s. That was good. That was good.
Very good.
And then wounding on 3s again. Again, rerolling 1s, and 6s are a mortal wound instead.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 to reroll. Nice.
A couple of mortal wounds.
So yeah, you've got a couple of mortal wounds. And
So you can just roll your 5 for that.
Yeah, 5 ups because of Fortune. I do save 1, so 1 Banshee does finally die.
yay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 regular saves.
Okay, 8 regular 3+ saves coming right up. We fail 2. 2 more dead Banshees. And yes, it's 5 ups to ignore that, as Red Tooth just pointed out.
Damn it.
Alright, 1 more Banshee dies.
So they killed 2.
I got very lucky there. And then the Banshees fought back. Unfortunately, due to the Exarch with the Executioner fluffing her rolls magnificently, there I've only killed 2 Ruststalkers. Could have killed a lot more. Unfortunately, that's just the way it went. Okay, so that brings us to morale. I lost 2 Banshees,
Yeah.
which means we're fine.
I was hoping for more. I won't lie.
And my Ranger squad over at the other end there, they lost 3 guys as well, so that brings them up to 5, and I'm pretty sure they've got better leadership than Hormagaunts, so I believe the Rangers are fine too.
So I lost 2 of the Ruststalkers. They got leadership 7 with the alpha, so... Oh.
Okay, interesting.
So another one runs away, or malfunctions.
Alright, that's the end of Admech turn 2. Far fewer Space Elves died in that turn than I thought would. So that's interesting. Alright,
Always a
Eldar.
disappointment.
Yeah, Eldar turn 2 coming up right next. But just to do it on camera for once. Fate Reader. No extra command point for me. I could really use that. Alright, never mind. Okay, folks, it's the end of the Eldar's turn 2 movement phase. The Reapers have hopped back up on top of this hill, probably looking to open fire at those battle servitors there. I could shoot the punchy bots, but with Aegis protocols, they're still getting a 2+ save with that and Shroud Psalm against my Reaper launchers. So to be honest, they're probably not an excellent target right now for the Reapers. So the Reapers are probably going to fire at these guys instead, try and wipe them out. The Banshees have remained in combat with the Ruststalkers over there, and one of the Warlocks, the gentleman with Protect Jinx, that's the one. He's moved up within 3 inches of one of the objectives, so we both now have characters within range of objectives and things. I won't score that until my next turn, though. Likewise, you haven't scored anything yet.
Correct.
until turn 3 for the Admech, so Rangers staying put, lining up shots probably on that engine seer, I reckon. And that's the plan. Basically, I don't have a lot to work with, so hopefully what I do work with does quite well. Psychic phase time. So, I'll start with the Farseer, and I'm going to start with, if I'm in range, I might need to tweak my movement here. Okay, yeah, I've just measured it up and I am just about in range, thankfully. So yeah, casting Fortune on the Banshees on a 7. 6, 7, 8. Yes, that does go off. So they do have the 5 up ignore wounds back again. And then Guide on the Dark Reapers, again needing a 7. Yep. And then I'm going to move over to this Warlock here. We've got Quicken and Restrain. I might want to go for Restrain. Let me just check it. Right, yeah, I think I'm going to be trying to restrain those bots, halving their movement until my next psychic phase. So, it's 7. 5, 6. Unfortunate. I have 1 command point left. Is it worth spending on this? The bots move 8.
Yes.
So they could move. Oh yeah, no, I don't think I want you charging my Farseer. Yeah, so I'm going to command point that into another 1.
Uh-oh.
This is what happens when you use command point rerolls. Alright, okay, so that's a problem.
Maybe.
The other Warlock is going to cast Protect on... I'm starting to think maybe it should be the Farseer. It's going to cast Protect on the Banshees. Yeah. Well, only if they're in range, which I'm beginning to think they might not be. Alright, yes, to change of plan, what's actually going to happen is this Warlock is going to cast Jinx. This is only if I get the roll, by the way. All of this thinking and planning, possibly for nothing here. But if I get the power off, I'm going to try and jinx the bots. Which means that they will have a -1 to all of their saving throws. That includes their invulnerable saves as well. Which means that the Reapers can actually stand a decent chance of damaging them. So... yeah, here we go. I need a 7. 5, 6, 7 for you. Whew! That was squeaky bum time. Alright. So yeah, the bots are now jinxed. They haven't been restrained, which makes me very sad, but they have been jinxed. Which means that the Reapers are probably going to shoot them in the shooting phase, which is coming up right now. Yeah, right now.
Cool.
Kicked off the shooting phase with the Banshees firing their pistols. Thank you for reminding me, Dan. Pistols exist, and they are a thing, and in this case they killed another Rust Stalker, so it was a good thing I did remember. I mean, it's a good thing you did remember. It's not really a good thing for you either.
It was a mistake.
Okay, so anyway, moving all the way over to the other end now, with the Rangers basically trying to snipe this engine seer on top there, because he's within objective scoring range, and I want him dead. You'll still probably score a point at the end of your next turn, because I'm not gonna...
this guy's gonna be...
I'm very unlikely to kill your Dominus, yeah, but your engine seer is the easiest character you have to kill right now, so I might as well get started with him. So first, the Ranger unit with only 2 guys in it. 1 hits. It doesn't wound. And then the other squad firing at the engine seer as well. 3 hits. Tough. What's the toughness of this?
He's toughness 4.
Oh, it's a force to wound. 2 wounds.
Okay.
No AP though.
2 up saves because it's 3 up and he's in cover. He's cool.
Alright. Bloody Rangers. I tell you, sometimes I should just charge them off there and use them as meat shields. They might be more useful that way. Alright, and now the main event, which is of course the Dark Reapers, who are going to be firing everything. Starshot missiles, I think.
Pew pew pew.
I can't be asked to math hammer this out, but I think I'm going to go with Starshot missiles against the bots. Okay, 7 Starshot missiles incoming at the bots, hitting on 3s and re-rolling thanks to Guide. So re-roll at 2. Lovely. Strength 8 versus toughness 7, so 3s to wound. Come back here.
Dice don't count.
No, they don't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds at -2. Now, after all the plussing and minusing,
yep. It goes to a 4 up save.
It goes to a 4 up save, basically, yeah.
Cool.
So
here we go. I saved 3 of them.
So 2 go through. That's
2 go through.
3 damage each.
Okay, they have exactly 6 wounds. That kills 1.
One bot is dead.
Does he explode?
Yes. Yes, he does.
I'm going to use a
Come on,
command point
points!
reroll
Yeah.
on that because I don't want him to kill everyone. Still a 6.
Okay, we've both had one of those this game so far. No more dice gods. You've tortured us enough. So what happens when these things explode then?
So, this one dies.
Yeah.
Everyone within 3 inches. Him, and... He was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Not quite then. So just these two. They take D3 mortal wounds each.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Cybernetica Datasmith takes 2 wounds. That robot takes 3 wounds.
Ooh.
Disappointing.
Very disappointing. No ignore damage, feel no pain.
None
stuff.
of that.
Right. Okay then. Oh, you've even got orange wound dice. I admire how well organised your colour-coded dice are.
We are super orange.
That was a very big stroke of luck for the Eldari. I can't quite believe it myself, but there it is. So there's no charges in the charge phase, but the charge phase has been observed. So now the fight phase, and the Banshees are getting stuck into what's left of the Rust Stalkers. So I'm going to start with the Exarch. I'm going to do this on camera this time, see if it changes what happens at all, because last time the Exarch was shocking. Okay, that's much better. All 3 hit. Strength +1, so strength 4 versus toughness 3. 3s to wound. 3 wounds. These are all -3.
Okay. 6s. Yeah, so you kill a Rust Stalker.
Well, they're D3 damage each, these.
Oh.
So, yeah, you see.
Well, let's see what happens then.
D3 for the first one. 2.
Okay, and the second one.
2.
You killed 2 Rust Stalkers.
2. Right, see, that's what I wanted the Exarch to do last
This is
turn.
bad times.
Alright, and then the rest of the Banshees going hand with their power swords. And I'm not using Supreme Disdain this time. I've still got that command point in my pocket. Actually, no, I don't. I spent it, didn't I? On that
Yes, you
terrible reroll, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Wounding on 4s. So 3 wounds, -3 again.
He's dead.
It is toast. The toaster is in fact now toast. Alright. And the Banshees, let's see if I can consolidate them somewhere useful. Okay, the Banshees have actually consolidated this way now, within an inch. Dan has graciously decided to rule it that way.
Yeah,
I asked him, are you
whatever.
okay with that? He was like, yep.
I mean, depends on the exact angle you measure it, so I think we'll call it yeah.
Yeah, so they've consolidated into the Vanguard to stop them from shooting. The Vanguard do get to fight back now, but their shooting is much worse than their punching.
Yes.
So, although I am rad saturated again now, so we're going to need to get out the old Geiger counter and if any of these Banshees survive this battle, possibly make sure they're not glowing afterwards. But yeah, so they're going to fight back now. And yeah, no damage done on the Banshees. Almost with the power sword, but then the fortune save was made. So the Banshees are being absolute superstars now, yeah, like you said. I'm very proud of them at the moment. And again, I'm hoping I'm not jinxing them by saying all of this stuff. Okay, that concludes Eldar turn 2?
Yes.
Yes. It feels like turn 3, but it's actually turn 2. As we now head into Admech turn 3. Although, is there any morale to do? I killed all your Rust Stalkers.
No.
I don't think the bot does morale.
No, technically he does, but he's got leadership 10, so
yeah, so
he's not going anywhere.
He doesn't really, not unless you're fighting Night Lords or something silly like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so Admech turn 3, let's go. Also, at the start of your turn, you're going to be scoring points, right?
I'm going to score a point, yeah, for these guys being within 3 inches of the other.
So you're now 2 points to my zilch, I believe.
Yes, because you didn't get a first strike.
I didn't get a first strike, no.
2-0, I'll take it.
Alright, Admech turn 3, let's go. Okay, boys and girls, it's Admech turn 3 after the movement phase, and they are well and truly securing the centre of the battlefield here.
That's the plan.
Yes, indeed. I rolled for Fate Reader again, and once again failed to get a command point. Yeah.
We'll get back to you when it works.
The remaining punchy bot is making his way around the side of this hill to go and punch my Farseer in the face. If he makes that charge, which is a bit concerning because Farseers are a little on the squishy side. Meanwhile, these battle servitors have moved up into the centre, probably training their guns directly on those Dark Reapers.
Yep.
The Rangers have formed up into a bit of a firing squad against these Banshees, and the Vanguard that the Banshees tied up have hopped down behind that hill there, out of line of sight. They're not going to be shooting anyway, though, because they fell back. The Tech Priest Dominus still chilling out on the top of his crate there,
He's
enjoying
cool.
himself.
He's within 3 of the objective, and he's not dead, so
He is indeed. So.
happy. That guy can still see them.
Yeah.
And the Engineer here has made a dash for it, because he might get a cheeky charge off against a Warlock over there.
Yes, there was some talk of charging a Warlock. I've yet to see a Warlock versus an Engineer in this game. I think it would be quite funny, though. So I'm all in favour of that. Right.
Cool. So, first of all, my countercall this turn is Benediction of the Omnissiah.
I think that
Called
was the one, yeah.
Reroll 1s to hit in the shooting phase.
Very nice.
And at the end of my movement phase, the Cybernetic Adeptus is within 3 inches of the robot. He's going to try and repair it. So repairs D3 wounds.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
So it goes up to 4. And I'm going to use this command point on Tech Adept, which lets him do it again, basically.
Oh, okay.
So rather than just re-rolling that dice, I'll use it to just get another D3.
Trying to bring the punchy bot back up to full health.
Well, whatever.
Doesn't quite manage it, but 5 is better than 3. That's for certain.
Definitely.
Okay. So, the psychic phase has been
Done.
observed.
Shooting McPhase.
Yes.
Cool. So let's start with the robot. Why not? I guess he's going to fire up at the Dark Reapers.
Okay.
Whatever. So because he moved, it's -1. So he's hitting on 5s. 1 hit.
1 hit.
No 1s to re-roll.
So strength 6,
Strength 6.
2 to wound.
It's a wound. It's -2, and it ignores cover. With the heavy
Ouch.
phosphor blaster.
Okay, that means I get a 5-up save then, basically.
Pew pew. Damn it.
Sorry about that.
Okay, we'll move straight on to the robots. The servitors in front, they're going to fire their heavy arc rifles up at the... What's it? Dark Reapers.
Yep.
4s to hit this time. No 1s to re-roll. So just 2 hits. Again, it's strength 6 -2, but it doesn't ignore cover.
Yep.
2 wounds.
Okay, so 2 3-up saves then, thanks to having cover. Boom! Okay, 2 4-up saves on the Dark Reapers because I'm bad at maths. They make 1, fail 1.
Got 1.
Dead. Before you mention it in the comments, folks, I did remember to go back and do that halfway save for the Dark Reaper, and he is still dead. So,
Gamma pistol from the Data Smith.
yeah,
Pew,
this
pew.
is quite mean, actually, this thing, so...
Yep, 3 up to hit. It hits. It's strength 6 -3.
2 plus to wound.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
So -3, so...
Effectively a -2, because of cover, so 5 up. Which I do make. Jammy space elves. Okay. What's next? Las Pistol, I think?
Last pistol!
Wait, the mighty Las Pistol.
Misses.
Damn. I kind of almost wanted the Las Pistol to actually kill one. That would have been hilarious. But never mind.
Yeah.
The Skitarii Ranger firing squad has done what it says on the tin and sent a load of shots downrange at these Howling Banshees, trying to make these Shrieking Xenos finally die. To cut a long story short, I got 2 regular saves, 4 up. I make 1, and then a 5 up fortune save. Nope, so 1 Banshee dies. And then 3 at -1, so 5 ups.
Good.
No, and then 5 up fortunes. No, so 4 Banshees dead.
Excellent.
That's smart. Okay, only 4 Banshees left, including the Exarch, and I did remove the casualties from the back, so now this servitor can't see them. Ha ha ha. Alright, so do you now have anything left to shoot as a result of that? You have Dominus,
Just
yes?
the Dominus, and he's going to fire his Eradication Ray down.
Yikes. Here we go.
D3 shots. 2. He's hitting on 2s, he didn't move this time. Reroll the 1. 2 hits. It's currently strength 7, so winning on 2s. Damn it. 1 wound. Damn it.
1 wound.
But at this range is AP -4.
So no save.
And it's D3 +1 damage because it is a warlord trait.
Right, you better roll that.
So that's 4 damage. So I suspect one of them's going to die.
Okay. 4 5-ups. Let's go.
Nope.
No. Okay. Very, very dead Banshee. So with all those dead Banshees out of the way, we're now into the charge phase, and there's 3 charges that are going to be happening. One is this engine seer charging down here to meet this warlock. The second charge, pretty obvious, Punchy Bot running around here to try and punch the Farseer. And the third, this Datasmith is feeling very ambitious, I think. He wishes to charge up here and climb up onto the top of this hill to tie up those Dark Reapers in combat. However, he is going to be receiving quite a bit of Overwatch fire in the process.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So where would you like to start?
Let's start with the engines here.
Okay, I have a shuriken pistol. Pew pew! It misses.
Cool. I think I need an 8. But that'll
You do get it though. Sweet. Alright, in he goes. Okay, next up is the Punchy Bot coming into the Farseer. I've already done Overwatch and missed with the shuriken pistol. 6. That is exactly what you needed.
Perfectly efficient.
It's punching time. And since I might as well, this warlock will heroically intervene.
Okay.
There we go. Right. And now for the final charge.
Take his wheel up.
Do you know what you need for this one?
No. It's 2 inches that way and 3 up. So another one there.
So it's 6,
So
basically.
6.
Okay. Roll it and we'll do Overwatch afterwards.
Sure. He's in.
He's in.
Unless he's dead.
Unless if he survives, he's in. After a lot of dice rolls and re-rolling those dice rolls, 1 Starswarm shot has made it through onto this Datasmith. He has 1 4-up save to make, or he's dead, because they do 2 damage each, these, so...
Here we go. Yes!
He likes it. Okay, so he's in, and he has tied up the Dark Reapers.
Good boy.
And my soul is slowly cracking into pieces as he does this. Alright. Alright, here we are in the fight phase. For dramatic effect, apparently, we're going to do the Datasmith first.
So just minor admin, and I've used my last command point at the end of the charge phase for binaric override.
Indeed.
On the robot to switch him to the Conqueror protocols, which means he can fight twice, but he can never shoot again.
Ever again.
Ever again.
So
we're going to start with the engines here, because it's funny. So he's got 2 attacks, 2 whole attacks. So he's going to make 1 attack with his Omniscient Axe and 1 with his Servo Arm, because you can only make 1 attack with the Servo Arm.
Okay.
So the Omniscient Axe hitting on a 4. Hits. It's strength 4 + 1, so winning on a 3. Nope. Oh, reroll 1 because I'm Riser. Nope. Okay, that was good. And then the Servo Arm is a -1 to hit, so hitting on 5s. Nope.
I can't see. Was it?
It's a 1.
Ah, right.
So that's nothing. We'll go on to the Cybernetic Datasmith. He also has 2 attacks with a Power Fist, so he's also subtracting 1. He normally hits on 3s, so it's 4s to hit.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Datasmith then. The whole time I had the camera pointed at the Datasmith.
Oh, you silly.
I feel like a right idiot. Okay, so that's what we just did down there.
Well, he didn't do anything, so there's no point in pointing the camera at him.
Okay.
So the engine's here. The Datasmith. The one who's actually good, hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits.
Yes.
Strength 8, so winning on 2s. 2 wounds, it's -3 and it's D3 damage, because it's a Power Fist.
Okay. 6s. I make 1.
Okay.
And
D3
damage.
3 damage.
3.
So triple 6 to save 1.
Stranger things have happened.
True story.
No, okay, so 1 dead
Adds up to
Reaper.
6, but
Yeah. Alright, let's remove you.
cool.
Very good. And now, finally, the main event.
The robots.
The robot. Okay, hopefully the Farseer is not about to get punched into a small puddle of matter, basically. Which probably is though.
let's find out. So it's 3 attacks, but it's double because I'm fighting twice. They both fight at the same they both fight first because it's charging units, so I'll do them all at once.
Yeah.
Hitting on 4s. That is 3 hits.
Okay.
It's strength 10, so 2's to wound. Reroll the 1 because I'm Riser.
Hey.
Okay, never mind.
Oh dear.
2 wounds, it's -3, and it's a flat 3 damage.
Okay, rune armor. 4-up saves.
Did you cast Protect? Doesn't matter.
No, I didn't cast protect on. I cast Jinx
You did on
you
him.
instead.
Of course you did.
So yeah, I make 1, I fail 1.
It's a flat 3 damage.
It's a flat 3 damage, is it? So 3 all-play saves. I make 1, so I take 2 damage. She's still alive.
That could have been better.
Yeah, it could have. But you did both rounds of attacks at the same time there. Yeah, so she has survived the turn basically.
Yeah.
I am overjoyed.
You get to fight back.
Yay! All right, the Farseer. She has 2
Earthquake.
attacks. Yeah, small earthquake there. It's the it's the webway gate. Something's going on apparently. But that's what we're gonna. That's our story. We're sticking to it anyway. The Farseer has a grand total of 2 attacks with the Witchblade. Hits both times. Always wounds on a 2. This.
Oh, that's a problem.
So 2 wounds. No AP though, at all whatsoever.
Well, you
So-
say that, but I'm down to a 3-up save, and because you cast Jinx on me, I'm now on a 4-up save. So
I hadn't even thought of that.
So you could actually lose quite a lot of damage here. I've heard them both.
All right, so this is 2d3 each then.
Okay, it's got 5 wounds, so alright.
1 each. That could have been so epic. I'm so disappointed.
Still got the Warlock.
Still have the Warlock,
It's
yeah.
got 3 wounds left now.
I need to see how many attacks the Warlock gets. Okay, so the Farseer, she survived those attacks from the punchy bot. She turned back around. She put 2 wounds on the damn thing, and now her bodyguard, effectively, this Warlock, he's stepping up to the plate. He has 2 attacks. Unfortunately, he only hits on 3s, though. Yeah, so only 1 goes through. He does wound on a 2, though, because of Witchblade, which does wound.
4-up save then. Failed.
What did you roll? 1. Oh, no. Okay, so D3 damage.
3 left.
We do need the big 3 here, otherwise this is going to drag out for another turn. 2.
Got 1 left.
It lives on 1 wound. In some ways, that's probably a good thing, because otherwise it could have exploded in my face and killed me, so maybe that's for the best. Only she probably knows, the old fate reader there, but anyway. Okay, that concludes the fight phase. Correction, it doesn't conclude the fight phase because I completely forgot about fighting back with the Dark Reapers and the Warlock. Let's do the Warlock then against the engines here. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Both hit, wounds on 2s because Witchblade. 2 wounds, no AP.
3-up save. He's fine.
Very good. And then the Dark Reapers, and the Reapers didn't do anything. Brilliant, okay. So, morale. I lost 2 Reapers this turn.
Ooh.
6, 7, 8. Dark Reapers with the Exarch do have a leadership of 8, so they're fine, luckily. I also lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Banshees this turn. That's a little bit more concerning. 5, 6, 7, 8. The Banshees are also fine, just by the skin of their teeth as well. What about you, sir?
I don't have any morale to take, but I do score points at the end of the turn for having all 3 of my intel point holding characters alive.
You do,
So
yes.
that's 3 extra points. Put them on 5 now.
Plus...
Well, that's 3 plus 1 for holding that and 1 for first strike.
yeah, so now you've got how many points?
5.
5 to mine, absolutely 0.
Yes.
Oh dear.
But you're, yeah.
Alright folks, it's Eldari, turn 3. I'm trying desperately to keep count and failing. Fate Reader. Still don't get a command point back. I've rolled 3 5s in a row for that now. No 6s though. So, with the movement done...
I think it's important to note that we actually read the rules. And I didn't score 3 points at the end of my turn because it's at the end of the battle round.
Yes, that is actually very true. So I do still have a chance to potentially deny you a bunch of victory points here. So
you are technically in a position that you could kill all 3 of my characters this turn.
Let's not tempt the dice gods with talk like that. Right. So anyway, the movement's done. The Dark Reapers have fallen back just outside of an inch of the Datesmith. I don't want to come down off my hill, to be honest. And I will make the Datesmith suffer a second round of Overwatch if he wants to get in here. In addition, the Farseer has fallen out of combat with Punchy Bot over here next to this Warlock. She won't be able to charge into combat. Not that a Farseer really wants to be in combat anyway, but she can smite that Engine Seer right there. And so can the Warlock in combat with him too, actually. Meanwhile, the other Warlock has been left behind to sell his life dearly, or possibly kill the Punchy Bot. If he's very, very lucky, we'll find out. The Banshees, for their part, they've moved and advanced up on top of there, and we've kind of decided a rule that you can jump across that gap onto the crate there to charge. The Dominus, so the Exarch and the two remaining Banshees there, hoping to try and take the head of the Tech Priest. And the Rangers will be shooting the Datasmith, is the idea, I think. So, I don't have a lot to work with, but let's see how we get on. So, Psychic Phase. The Farseer, she's going to smite this Engine Seer right here. Needing a 5, which she does get.
So, yeah.
Bang on the money. D3 wounds. For 1.
Okay.
Bit poor, really, but
3
never
left.
mind. For her next trick, she will be casting Fortune on... Ooh. I have many choices here. I think I will cast Fortune on the Dark Reapers, though. They're the most important. Phone again! Okay, needing a 7 for Fortune. Runes the Farseer, luckily. Allows me to re-roll that. There we go. Right. My Dark Reapers have a 5 up ignore wounds now. Phew! Okay, now onto the Warlocks. So, I have Protect Jinx available to me on this Warlock here. Alternatively, he can Smite with Destructor, which will only do 1 mortal wound if it does go off. And it will be cast on a 6 as well, because match play smiting rules are a thing. Okay, I'm going to Jinx the Dominus up there. That's what's going to happen. It doesn't have to be closest enemy unit. There are no character targeting rules that apply to this. Any enemy unit within 18 inches. So I'm going to Jinx him, which when fighting the Banshees will reduce him to a 6-up save, whether it's invulnerable or otherwise. So this is probably a very good idea, I hope, if it goes off on a 7. It does!
Damn it, Corn.
Corn's been giving me some weirdly good psychic rolls today. Okay, so yeah, the Tech Priest Dominus is now jinxed. That leaves us with just this Warlock here, with Destructor, which is basically Smite, but it's a special rule called Destructor, which means I can only do 1 mortal wound. Luckily, 1 mortal wound is all that's required to junk this bot, so yeah, on a 6.
Damn it, Corn.
There we go, 1 mortal wound, the bot is toast. Does it explode in his face though?
Please. No.
It does not. Goodbye, Punchy Bot.
Corn's been very
scary-
helpful today with
Yeah.
your psychic test. It's almost like we're fighting on a planet that was surrounded by warp storms and stuff.
Yeah, weird, huh? Okay, so the Warlock has survived. And
Shooting phase.
I'm looking at him now, and I'm now thinking, can I get him to charge something useful? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Shooting phase, indeed. So, I'll tell you what, these 3 Banshees will shoot your Dominus in the face. Oh, do 3 hits. To wound.
He's toughness 4.
Is he?
So, 4.
Forced to wound. 1
Just
wound.
2 up save because he's 2 up, but he's +1 for cover, -1 for the
Indeed.
Oh, never mind. He's
Okay.
got 4 left.
He takes a wound from the Banshee's shuriken pistols there. I am slightly surprised by that, but okay. Next up, Rangers. Shooting at the cybernetic Adeptus.
No.
Squad of 2 first. 1 hit.
Good.
Doesn't wound. Then the squad of 5. Yeah, these raids have just been shocking. 1 wound.
2 up. Saved.
Saved, yeah. Waste of bloody points, you little pointy-eared... Not going to say it on camera. Okay. Right. The Reapers can't shoot. My Warlock down here in combat does have a shuriken pistol though. Which does hit. It does wound as well. No AP though.
3 up. No, takes a wound. It's got 2 left. Engine seer.
Ooh, okay. Warlock down here can shoot his shuriken pistol up at the Adeptus for what it's worth.
Nope.
Yeah, he misses. Okay, that's all of my shooting. Well, let's do some charging. The charge phase is done. It's gone. It was very, very quick. Banshees hopped across here. They couldn't be overwatched, and they were so close they couldn't really further charge either. So that wasn't very exciting. The Warlock down here, he had the option of charging up here to deal with the Adeptus. Unfortunately, the Adeptus has a 2+ save, and the Warlock Switchblade has no AP whatsoever. So the chances of him actually managing that were very, very slim indeed. And he probably would have just got punched to death by the Power Fist in return anyway. So he's staying right where he is. So, fight phase beginneth. And I was really hoping I'd have an extra command point from Fate Reader at this point, because then I could do Glorious Disdain or something. Supreme Disdain, that was the one, to help with this little combat here, but unfortunately, it ain't gonna happen. So we've got 3 attacks here from the Exarch on the Dominus. This is the really important bit. This needs to go well. 3+ to hit. 2 hits. Strength 4.
Toughness 4.
4's to wound. 2 wounds.
Oh, that's bad.
-3.
6s then, because of Jinx.
Yes.
No.
2d3.
He's dead.
That is a dead Dominus.
Ow.
Ow. The head has been cut off, as per the, the scenario title and whatever, what have you, but of course nobody really dies. Unless it's the final mission of a campaign, of course. In which case they do.
Unless they get their brains eaten.
Unless they get their brains eaten by gene stealers. Yes, there is that. Anyway, so charging units of 4, so I'm moving over to my guys, alternating, starting with the Warlock here. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Ooh.
I'll take that.
That was not good.
Cool, let's go with the engines here then. The Omniscient Axe hitting on a 4. Hits. Wounding on a 3. Wounds. You've got 4 up in bundles, so it doesn't matter.
I do Rune Armour, which I do pass.
Okay, and then the Servo Arm, 5 up. No.
Okay, so we continue flailing at each other like a pair of cripples.
That's what engine seers do.
Yeah, walking sticks at dawn. That's us right now.
Cool.
Engine seers and warlocks, hooray! Okay, that's the turn.
Yep. So at the end of the battle round, I don't get 3 points. I get 2 points because I only have 2 characters left. So that puts me on 4, and you get. You still got 3 characters, haven't you? So you get 3 points.
Yes.
To go with your 0.
Yeah.
So it's 4-3, but you also got Slay the Warlord.
I did.
So it's 4 all.
It's 4 all. What about this here?
What about it?
Objective being
at the
close
start
to
of
stuff like that.
So it's at the start of the turn, so you would have got a point if you had those 2 within 3 of it, but you didn't.
This is why I prefer to play Maelstrom when it's match play, because the scoring system makes my head hurt. Okay.
Cool.
Right, so it's 4 all.
Yes.
That's all I need to know.
Good. All
Good.
you need to know.
Good.
It's 4 all, and it's Admech turn 4.
Tis the beginning of Admech turn 3. Well, technically 4. Yes. Not only is it technically turn 4, but also it's actually the end of the movement phase, so it's not really the beginning of it. You know what I mean. I did roll for Fate Reader again. Didn't get it again. One of these days. What's happened is the Data Smith has moved half an inch closer to the Dark Reapers. These Rangers have moved up to secure the centre of the Webway portal. Of course, they don't score. It's only the characters in this scenario that score. Elsewhere, these Vanguard have advanced in the direction of the Banshees and the direction of everything else in general, and this Servitor here, rather crucially, has popped out from behind his rock.
We're going to make the Banshees go away this time.
Yes, they're probably going to disappear in a big ball of plasma. So,
I've also changed canticles of the Omnisci. I've picked Chant of the Remorseless Fist, which will give you reroll 1s to hit in the fight phase.
this Data Smith definitely wants to kill some Dark Reapers.
Yes.
He's changed the entire canticles rather selfishly, just for this purpose.
It'll help my engines here as well. But
Oh yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting because he's obscured by a huge bit of tree from where I'm standing.
Incidentally, that gives me a point for him being within 3 and no other characters
Yes.
of the objective.
This Farseer and Warlock are not within 3 inches, but he is, so he gets a point for being next
So
to
that
the...
puts us 5-4.
5-4 to the Admech, indeed.
Yes.
Alrighty then. Well,
Psychic phase done.
yep.
Shooting phase. Pistols first. Engine seat las pistol into the dude.
Mighty
Hits.
Las Pistol.
Wounds.
This might do some damage, you know. I've only got a 4-up pinball.
Yep.
Yep.
Last pistol.
Last pistol in the face. The Warlock now has a single wound remaining. I didn't realise Warlocks only had 2 wounds. Okay. It's because they're normally supposed to be part of a conclave, but I've taken 2 individually, which is why they're characters but don't have 4 wounds. Anyway,
Cool.
moving on from that embarrassing incident.
Let's move on to the Vanguard, who are going to into them.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah, shoot their radium carbines, and it'll radiate you.
Shooting me with nasty
3s to
isotopes.
hit.
Okay, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it was alright. And then 4s to wound. We're only strength 3 with these guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. No AP.
Alright, 4-up saves. Okay, I make 3 of those actually.
Ooh. And then you've got your fortune.
I have my... I don't think they're fortuned. I believe I fortuned the Dark Reapers.
That may be true, but they'll do have the Elfway save.
They do have the Elfway save. I'm going to take this on both the regular Banshees.
Yeah.
The Exarch does have 2 wounds, which allows you to tank a little bit, but I'd rather they died right now
That's fair.
instead of the Exarch, because of her awesome weapon, basically. 6s! No. Alright, so both the regular Banshees die, only the Exarch is still standing, and she's probably about to get plasma in the face anyway, so...
That is exactly what's going to happen.
Speaking of which...
We're going to fire that into that. So, plasma gun, or plasma culverin. D6 shots. 3. 4s to hit. That's 2 hits.
2 hits.
It's strength 7, so 2s to wound. That's 2 wounds at -3.
Okay. I don't know if she has any kind of invulnerable save. I don't think she does.
No. You are in cover, so you will get something.
A 6-up save. She makes 1.
Okay. And then 1 damage because it didn't overcharge.
Elfway save. Let's go.
Nope.
Nope.
1 wound left. Phosphor Blaster. Finish her off. 1 hit. Wounds. Strength 4 or 5. Can't remember.
What is the
It's
minus?
-1 and it ignores cover.
Okay, so 5 up. She
Damn.
makes it. Oh, she lives!
Right, and I have to throw the Rangers firing at her. They will ignore cover, so that'd be nice. What we're going to do is we're going to throw the arc rifles at them and the galvanic rifles at her.
Okay.
And there's 4 galvanic rifles left, so that's 8 shots because they're within 15 inches. 30-inch rapid fire weapon.
Yep.
3s. Okay, and it's 3s to wound. No 6s, which would be -1 AP, so just 3 wounds. No negative, but it'll ignore your cover.
4-ups. She makes 2, fails 1. Elfway save!
Damn it!
She makes it! She lives! Unbelievable! Okay, right.
Then the arc rifle's firing up at the
Dark Reapers.
Dark Reapers, so they're rapid firing. They are strength 6.
2 is to wound.
2's to wound. That's 4 wounds at -1, and they're ignoring cover because of the Omnispecs.
4 up saves then. I appear to have made 2 and failed 2, so.
And they're just 1 damage.
Just 1 damage, so 5 up because I'm fortuned. Ah, typical. There we go. Used up all my luck on the Exarch, so 2.
Oh well.
2 more Reapers bite the dust. Now, do you have anything left? Oh, of course you do.
These guys.
These great
are
big
gonna
dudes.
fire at the Dark Reapers.
Okie doke.
That's too many dice. Here we go. 2 hits. 2 wounds. -2.
Do they ignore
They
cover?
do not ignore cover.
Alright, so 4 ups. Make 1 fail 1.
And it's 1 damage.
5 of fortune! No. Another Reaper is dead.
And I have got the Gamma pistol on the Data Smith as well, so he might as well have a pop at them.
Yep.
Hits. Doesn't wound.
Oh, I was about to say it's a very cheeky little Datasmith, this one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Let's roll into the charge phase.
Indeed.
So, Data Smith charging Dark Reapers.
Big
definitely
fat
gonna make the
surprise
charge.
there. Now,
But can he survive here or what?
yeah, I'm going to roll this separately because the Exarch can re-roll 1s.
Okay.
So, no. Damn. And the other one with the Star Swarm missiles. No.
Good.
That's not what I wanted.
And then the Vanguard are going to try and charge that 1 wound Banshee.
Pew pew, shuriken pistol.
Nope.
Nope.
That's probably not going to do it.
5 to
3.
charge.
2. No, that just gets to there.
Not quite in.
Not
Okay.
quite.
Right. So,
So she can hang out and survive for once. Another turn, 1 wound.
fight phase then.
Cool. Data Smith first. 2 attacks. Bosh. Hitting on 3s. No, 4s because it's a fist. Reroll the 1 because the remorseless fist. Hits.
Okay.
2's to wound. It's a wound. It's -3 and it's D3 damage.
Okay. I will take a 6 up on the Exarch.
Okay.
6 up. Save. Yes. My brain's melting a little bit.
Yeah, they're 3 up saves normally.
No. And then
D3 damage. Just the 1. So he'll
okay.
live.
5 up fortune. No. But he is still alive. With a single wound remaining. I'm just going to put it there. Okay.
It's the engine CNX, isn't it?
Yes, it is down here.
He's going to use both his attacks with the Omniscient Axe because you've got 1 wound left, so
Yeah.
it's better. 1 hit. Oh, reroll the 1. Chant the Remorseless Fist.
It was a 4.
2 hits.
2 hits.
3's to wound. 1 wound. There's minuses and stuff, but it doesn't matter.
4 up rune armor. No.
He died.
Unless he makes a
Oh yeah,
thing.
unless you roll a 6.
Please.
Damn it! Cheeky
Okay.
Eldar.
Fate is on my side
Cheeky
today.
Eldar trickery.
Yes. Alright, so I guess he'll fight back. With his 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. He hits twice. Wounds on 2s with the Witchblade. Only once. No AP.
3 up save. Saved.
Saved, okay. Continuing to batter each other with their crutches. And then this up here. I don't expect much from this. It's 3 attacks. Including the Exarch. Here we go. Okay, 3 hits. Your toughness 4.
Yep.
5's to wound. Nothing at all. Alright, we've done the morale, and the turn is over. The Exarch over there and the Reapers both passed their morale tests. I don't get any points because none of my characters are within 3 inches of either of the objectives, which makes me very sad. But hey, right. It's looking a little bit desperate, but Eldari turn 4. Here we go. Okay, folks, it's the beginning of Eldari, turn 4. I should have done this at the start of the turn before doing all the movement, but whatever. Fate Reader. Finally, I have a command point! Hooray! I've now forgotten anything I could use it on other than a CP reroll now. It's been so long since I've used any stratagems, but hey, I have it now.
Nice.
Right. What else has happened then? Farseer, she has jumped up on to the top of this rock here to basically try and smite the Deitysmith to death because he needs to go. He's really annoying. He's killed half my Dark Reapers. It's like he needs to die. My other Warlock has joined his friend over here to try and deal with this engine seer. The lone Banshee Exarch has hopped down from the cargo crate and is going to charge these servitors. And that's kind of it, really. That's all I've got left to play with, except for the Rangers, who are still sitting over there, being generally a bit useless. In fact, on that note, they're going to be firing. I'm going to do both squads at the same time. When we get to it, because of course there is a psychic phase that happens first. I'm playing Eldar and I forgot the psychic phase. What am I doing with my life? Okay, so psychic phase. Smite.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that is a 10. I'm wondering. Hold on. Okay, Farseers don't get any kind of weird +1 to their psychic rolls or anything like that. But I did notice that the Ghost Helm gives her a 5+ ignore wounds.
Oh well.
So, is it ignore wounds or is it ignore mortal wounds? Oh, it is mortal wounds. So okay, no, we got it right. We still got it right.
All good. All good.
She still took those wounds in combat that she should have. Although I did forget that she has got the Phoenix Gem, so she can actually afford to die once. I still haven't explained on camera what the Phoenix Gem does. Like I said, we'll get to it if it happens. But anyway, so basically the short version, that's not a super smite. D3 mortal wounds for 2.
He's dead.
The Deitysmith is finally freaking dead. Probably should have done that a while ago. Okay. Her second power is going to be... Alright, yeah, I'll put Fortune on the Exarch. 5, 6, 7, 8, yep, that goes off.
You
The Exarch is fortuned. And yeah, that brings us to the Warlocks down here. So, I'm going to Smite / Destructor with this one here.
Okay.
The one that normally has Quicken and Restrain. So, on a 6. Yep, that's exactly bang on. 1 mortal wound on the engine seer, who has,
He has
one
one
left.
now.
Now, I can try and destruct to you on a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, I could cast Protect on the Banshee Exarch or something.
Good too.
It's both. It's a 7 in either case, so. You know what? No, I'm going to try and destruct to the engines here. So it gives me more options. So 5, 6. It does not go off, unfortunately.
Good.
I do have 1 command
You
point
do.
now, though.
To kill my engines here.
Go on then. Yes. Okay. Dead engines here.
Damn it.
Hooray for Fate Read finally working. All right. That allows me to do other charges and stuff later on. You see, so. Okay. Psychic phase done. Shooting phase. My Rangers are now going to be shooting all of their guns at these Rangers. Rangers versus Rangers. Hitting on 3s. You useless. Okay, 2 wounds. No, 1 mortal wound in addition as well, actually.
Okay,
Finally,
so 1 dies and 2 regular wounds, yeah?
Yep.
4 ups. So 2 die.
2 dead Rangers. Hooray! That was my very high-pitched yet held Eldar. Hooray! So, Shuriken pistols now. The Farseer's got one. She's going to fire it to the Rangers. Hits. Doesn't wound. The Warlock number 1. He's going to fire his at the Rangers. Misses. Warlock number 2 can't see the rangers, so he's going to fire to the servitors. He hits.
Nope.
No wound though.
After 5.
Okay. Glad we filmed that. Right. So, charge phase.
Okay.
Howling Banshee Exarch. In she goes. You can't fire Overwatch at her. So that's pretty much a given and done. My Warlock friends here. They are going to charge your Rangers.
Are you going to start with the one that can't see them and therefore they can't see it?
That is exactly what I was going to say. It's funny how you were able to read my mind there.
Yeah.
You'd make a good Farseer, you know.
I am a fate reader.
Farseer Redtooth. Is it a thing? That's
It's
the
not a
question. Alright, anyway. Yeah. So let's try. I don't know what I need, so...
That'll do it.
That'll probably do it though, yeah. Okay, so in he goes. Lovely. Bringing his wound dice with him. Then his pal.
Again, that'll
7. That'll probably do it, yeah. Hello, boys. Okay. That gets both of them within range of that objective.
Yes.
Just about, I think.
Well, more or less.
One of them will be at least. Right. Is the Farseer going to charge anything? Let's have a look. Okay, the Farseer is actually going to charge 6 inches down here after measuring up all those little steps down in servitors. Was thinking about sending her down here to engage with the Rangers, but then I became consciously aware of the fact that my Warlord would potentially be within, plasma kaboom range, and we're not screened by anything either. So I'm going to send her over this way. She needs a 6, and she rolls a 5. So for all that planning, naught was had. So into the fight phase we go. Starting with the Banshee Exarch in the middle here, attacking these servitors.
Cool.
She's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. She hits with everything. 666. Nice. What's the toughness of these?
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5, so she's still wounding on 5s. She gets 1 wound at -3.
6 up. Nope.
Okay. And D3 damage. 2. Didn't quite kill a servitor.
No.
Getting close though. Alright. Next up, Warlock number 1. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounds on a 2 with the Witchblade. Wounds. You have a whatever the save these guys get.
4 up.
Your phone is very noisy, sir.
Sorry. That's a failure.
That's a failure. Good.
Yeah, you can die.
1 more dead ranger, and then the second block hits. Does not wound though. Oh yeah, he does. Sorry, because Witchblade. Durr. Yeah, 1 more save.
Boom.
Boom. Okay, so we killed a couple.
1, but 3 in total. That's 10.
Right, fair enough.
Fight back.
Yes, indeed.
Punch them in the face. They're all going to pile into the one with 1 wound because
Obviously.
that's what you do, isn't it? Chant the Remorseless Fist still in effect. Doesn't matter. Just the 1 wound.
Okay. Just 1 4-up save. No.
Good.
And all the way. Jammy save. Come on. No.
Good.
The Warlock finally falls. Okay, the Servitors are now fighting the Exarch, and mistakes were made because I didn't realise these guys were actually quite good in close combat.
Yep, so they normally hit on 4s, but apparently they hit on 5s because there's an Exarch there, and no one would ever forget that.
Indeed.
1, 2, 3 hits, and I can reroll the ones because he chanted them Remorseless Fist. Nothing. Cool. They are strength 6 with the claws, so 2's the wound. That's 3 wounds, and it's all at -1.
Okay. So, 5-up saves, no protect on it because I did destruct her with one of the Warlocks instead of casting Return, so 5 ups. She makes 1. How much damage is this?
Just the 1, unless she's a vehicle. Is she a vehicle?
She might be if she dies here and gets turned into a Wraith Lord, but right now, no, she's not. So 5 up fortune saves. She made 1, but no. She falls finally.
Falls.
Maybe to get turned into a Wraith Lord. I'm thinking about that. I might need to do a conversion where it's like a 2-ended Ghost Glaive, but that would be kind of cool. Anyway, she was an absolute hero, so well done. Okay.
And then she died.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now she's a martyr, you see. Yeah.
So it's the end of the battle round.
It is.
Battle round 4. And so we each get a number of points equal to how many characters we got left, which is 2 for you and none for me.
Hooray!
You've assassinated all my characters.
I have.
Which means you are now up 1 point.
Ooh.
6-5 in your favour. I also need to do a leadership test for these guys.
Yes. 6. That is
That's
problematic for you,
bad
isn't it?
news.
Yeah.
So that's 9. So another 2 run away. Leaving just the alpha and 1 random guy.
Their batteries run out and they just sort of keel over. Right. Okie dokie. On to Admech turn 5 now. And just before we go into actually turn 5, I'm going to quickly, before I forget it, Fate Reader! No.
Nope.
Once per battle is probably about as much as you can ask for, really. Okay, Admech, turn 5. Here we go. Okay, it's the start of the Admech turn 5. We've not moved anything yet because you've chosen as your Canonical of the Omnissiah.
Yep, Listeners of the Electromancer.
Indeed.
Which, as any Admech player will tell you, is rubbish. Basically, at the start of your turn, if there are any units within 1 inch of yours, you roll a dice for them. On a 6, they suffer D3 mortal wounds.
So on a 6, you could just straight up kill
I
this
could
warlock.
theoretically just kill off that warlock.
Just freaking
Which will make a
electrocute.
big difference.
So,
So here we go. 6. Ooh.
that would have been kind of cool if it worked. Okay, so we better get on with the movement. Okay, folks, movement is done. Plan is very simple, apparently.
Yep. Kill everything.
Kill all of the things.
Ignore the rangers. Kill these. We need to kill... I'm a point behind and I've got no more characters, so I can only score secondary objectives, which means I need to kill the ward and get Linebreaker and stop you from scoring any points for having characters left. So I need to kill both the characters to be able to win, or at least one of the characters to be able to draw. And these Dark Reapers are blocking off your Warlord, who I also need to kill for Slay the Warlord.
Yes, you
So
do.
they need to die. That's what he's going to do.
Mr. Plasma over there.
And then they're going to make her die,
Okay.
and they're going to probably kill him, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out.
That's the plan.
So,
Plans
psychic
always
phase.
work. Done.
Done. Shooting phase.
Right, I really need to get rid of them. There's no point in overcharging now.
I
I'm
mean,
wounding on 2s anyway. I could make your Ulthway saves a bit worse, but that seems a bit bad for the chance of killing myself.
the risk reward
So I
there
think we'll not do that. So we'll do
Yeah.
the number of shots. 3. Falls to hit. Oh, that's bad.
Okay.
The Phosphor Blaster then. 1 hit. No, it doesn't hit. It's falls. Oof. It's rubbish. Whiff. Okay.
Okay, interesting stuff.
Bad times. In that case, I think we need to go these guys into them,
Yeah.
because they're a bit harder to deal with, maybe. Right.
I'm not going to influence you either way here.
Here we go. Pew 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 pew. Heavy arc rifles. That was really good. Their strength 6, so 3's to wound, 2's to wound rather.
Yep.
All wounds, and it's -2.
5 is that?
5, yeah.
5 at -2. -1 because I'm in cover. Fours. Okay, 2 fail.
I did actually check, and I think they are actually D3 damage. The heavy arc rifles, yeah. So this could make a difference.
Right.
There's a 1 and a 3.
Okay.
Probably should have done one at a time because the Exarch has to take the first one, but I'll leave it up to you.
Is the Exarch already injured?
Yes, he took a wound earlier.
Oh, that of course, that's his dice right here that I forgot to
Yep.
carry on down with me. All right, so Right, well, the first one on the Exarch. Actually,
Yep.
it passes that, so
then
then...
he has to take 3 6s or die.
Alright, here we go. No. Okay,
So he's dead, but there is still one left, which
There
is
is.
really annoying. So on
Good.
the
That's what Eldar do.
idea that I need to kill one character to be able to possibly draw, these guys are just going to shoot in.
Okay.
And they're all in range. They advanced, so they can't. So they're -1 to hit, because they're assault weapons.
They are indeed. Can this Warlock weather the storm? Possibly? Possibly not.
Oh, that was really, really bad. 3 hits. Forced a wound. 2 wounds.
2 4-up rune armor saves. He bosses one of them.
Yep. That's all there is to it then.
All the way save.
Right.
No. So he takes a wound, but he is still alive.
Okay, so that's disappointing. That means I'm going to have to charge him. Which means the robot's going to have to... The breaches are going to have to try and get around there.
So, yeah, straight into the charge phase. I will overwatch you with my mighty shuriken pistol.
No. Ooh.
7. Oh, it's measuring time.
7. I assume we have to go round this.
It's just a barricade thingy.
Okay, well.
I can imagine these servitors would just quite easily knock it over.
Well, let's just see. A 7-inch would do if I go through the middle, but I definitely can't just go through the middle.
I will allow you to be the judge on this one.
I don't think so.
After some very, very, very careful measuring, which actually involved moving one of them partway there and then trying to make sure it worked. And no, a 7-inch will not get you around. Even if we ignore this thing, we say that they knock it aside on their way past because they're big ass servitors. They still don't have enough to get around the webway gate itself and into the warlock. So unfortunately, although I wanted to give it to you in the interest of being a good sportsman, it just I can't alter the laws of mathematics, unfortunately. So
I think that's it. I've just measured this guy. He is 12.1 inches away. Which means he can't charge. So that is that. That's the end of my turn. It is your turn.
Very good.
And I think mathematically I cannot draw the game now unless you kill one of your characters in your own turn.
It could happen.
It could indeed happen.
Alright, well, we'll go on to Eldar turn 5. And just quickly before the transition, Fey Reader. No. So, Eldar turn 5, let's go. Okay, folks, in Eldar turn 5, we've gamed it out essentially, and the conclusion is that the Admech cannot win now. I began my movement phase basically by jumping my Farseer down here, running the Dark Reaper around, and having the Warlock move in advance all the way from over here around to here with a big old 12-inch move.
Yep.
They are now safely out of line of sight. I will get points merely for my characters being alive.
Yep.
At the end of this battle round, which will make the score 8-5?
Yes.
8-5 to me.
Which means I physically cannot catch up. Even if I wipe you out and score Slay the Warlord and Linebreaker,
Yeah.
it'll end on 8-7.
You have no scoring units left,
Yep,
basically.
there's no sudden death in this scenario, so
Oh yes, it's
because it's chapter pre 2018.
It is
so
indeed,
even if
so.
I table you, you still win.
I'm trying to think what the rule was called. Acceptable casualties, that was
Yes,
it.
that's the one.
Yeah, so even if you kill every single last elf on the table, I would still win. So, Dan has graciously conceded on that front.
Through the smoke and bodies, Farseer Elyon gracefully approaches the webway gate. The humans have slowed their progress more than expected. She is worried. She places a hand on the jet-like surface of the Wraithbone portal and expands her mind, letting the collective memory of the psychoactive material speak to her. In a fraction of a second, she is cast back across the millennia. She sees the sun in the sky change size and colour. The plants and mountains shift and change until finally she witnesses her ancestors, the Eldari of old, seeding this once barren world with life in an age now lost to myth, where ancient bone singers first spin this portal into being. Time begins to slide forwards again as the world is engulfed by beautiful plant and animal life. Foul lights dance in the heavens above at night as warp storms cloak this world from the outside, until eventually they disappear and are replaced by a greater, far more terrible scar across the heavens. Beyond the portal, she sees the webway itself, now broken and shattered. She sees shifting shapes in the gloom, red eyes that peer from the darkness, and she has the uncomfortable sensation that they can see her too. Time slows, and she witnesses the strange metal humans arrive, setting up their crude buildings and beginning to meddle with the ancient portal, poking, prodding, probing. She feels the Wraithbone's pain through her empathic link, and she feels the wards sealing this doorway erode, with the beasts working on one side and the humans on the other. There are explosions as the carnage of the recent battle unfolds once again around her in slow motion. She tries not to focus on her dying warriors, instead sharpening her mind on the portal itself. Something is wrong. As the smoke clears around her and the last enemy warriors fall to the ground, she feels something within the portal tear like tattered fabric. The beasts that dwell beyond howl with triumph. They were too late. She releases her hand from the portal's inky black surface and turns to her remaining warriors. She tells them to run. As the retreat is sounded, she glances over her shoulder just as a terrible crack of thunder and bright lights erupt from the portal. The wards have collapsed. The nightmares from beyond have arrived.